perfect picture here. Heavily fancied favourites against the dangerous outsiders. Once again, we get this handshake before the game. Great move that by UEFA. Let me give you a check on the two teams, though, for this important quarter-final here at Old Trafford. And the best news for the Germans today is that Thomas Helmer has shaken off the effects of a swollen knee and declared himself fit. Germany were really running short of central defenders. Marcus Babbel returns to that defence after suspension. But a surprise in midfield where Thomas Hessler, a survivor from Germany's victory in the 1990 World Cup, is left out, replaced by Mehmet Scholl. Yes, in attack, Jürgen Klinsmann's there, Freddy Bobic alongside him.
Just tell you today's mascots for Croatia is John Burgess, and for Germany, Heather Lee. Welcome to
Well, Croatia keeping faith with all those who declared them as dangerous outsiders before this tournament began, make changes of their own which might raise an eyebrow or two. Robert Prosinecki, the Barcelona midfielder, is out and is replaced there by Nikola Jurkovic, who usually plays down the right-hand side. And in attack, Alen Boksit, an ace striker who's just joined Juventus, is among the subs, replaced by Goran Vlahovic, who scored the winner against Turkey in the opening game. There has been talk of a flu bug going around the Croat camp, and that may explain one or two things. So this great tournament reaches towards its last lap. Enjoyed by so many. The crowds have been high, although it's not quite a full house here today. High in numbers and in appreciation as well, and pretty good humour. Let's be thankful for that. And also an uplifting quality about so much of the football that we've enjoyed over the last few days. So the Croats, in this wonderful strip of theirs, of red and white with white shorts, get us underway, attack the goal to our right, the Germans in their traditional white, Boban. The winners, remember, of this contest face England at Wembley on Wednesday evening. You'll be able to see that live with us on ITV. Stanic plays his football in Belgium and scores a good number of goals. In fact, he's the leading goal scorer in Belgium last season, plays for FC Bruges.
Yeah, the incredible thing, we had him on the line-up to play behind the strikers, but in every game so far he's played in this position where he is now as a right wing-back and looked as good as anything in the tournament there.
A little touch here for Croatia. Schuka was very active on the edge of that German penalty area. Stanic then with a throw for them. There's Schuka. The Croat coach before the game was saying that he's frightened of Klinsmann. You can be sure that Germans have nothing but the greatest respect for Schuka. Free kick to Germany. In spite of England's glory, they still remain the bookmakers' favourites to win this championship. Here's Samar. Playing forward. Germans now bring it forward, and it's Scholl, Mehmet Scholl. Goal kick for Croatia.
I think if the Croats have had a problem, Brian, in the games I've seen, is they've looked leisurely in midfield. Apart from Ansanovic, that's just signed for Derby County, Boban, Prosinecki, and people like that have strolled the games. Now, I just wonder whether that's why Prosinecki's not playing, whether he's gone with Jurkovic in there to give them a more, if you like, more physical approach, more competitive approach.
Ansanovic then, playing it short to Stimac, to Derby County colleagues from next season. Samovic again. He thought he might be playing over on the left-hand side with Jurkovic on the right, but it doesn't look to be that way at the moment. Boban getting in for Croatia. Muller. Ziga played forward. Klinsmann trying to beat that offside trap. Goal kick.
Big defending that from Bilic. I mean, I must admit, once Klinsmann got into his path there, I really didn't see the West Ham defender catching him, and he hadn't half made up the ground. I mean, it's a good spin run.
I mean, Klinsmann's 2 or 3 yards away there.
I mean, at this stage, you think it's a left-footed ball into the danger zone.
And The ball ricocheted off Klinsmann for the goal kick. Stanovic. It goes to the goalkeeper, Mladic. One of the few Croats who in fact plays in his own country. He plays for Croatia, Zagreb. And Stefan Reuter, back in the side after injury, will take the throw for Germany. A championship medal again with Borussia Dortmund this last season. Terrific quality right through this German side. Had their problems with central defenders, particularly when Jürgen Köhler was off injured and sent home actually because of his injury quite early in the first game. Whichever of these two sides progresses to Wembley on Wednesday, it'll be a fantastic night and a real big testing night again for England. Croats again. I'm sorry, I mustn't say Croatians. Croats. Apologies. Up goes Bilic. Sammer winning it in the air. Moller. Samra, rather Iltz, playing it through to number 8, Scholl. Scholl, who's won his place in place of Thomas Hessler. Iltz again. Scholl inside him. Away come Croatia again. Stanic brought down. That's a free kick. And the yellow card waved airily in the direction of Sammer. Plenty of them on yellow cards, but he's not one.
When you first thought, then there's one going to miss the semi-final
right.
if they go through, isn't it?
No, but he's not. But he'll need to watch his step for the rest of this game now. Bilic carefully getting the ball forward to Jerkovic. Sammer in there quickly. A throw to Croatia. Croatia, who beat Turkey in their opening game. Their coach, Miroslav Blažević. Then had a terrific win against Denmark, 3-0, but then put the reserves in against Portugal and lost 3-0. Sammer getting that one away. Ziga, forward to Bobic. Mehmet Scholl. Iltz playing it wide to Reuter. Side again, looking for Scholl once more, but instead Schuka's there for Croatia. This is a good run by him, but in the end he was just engulfed by white shirts and progress became impossible. Oh, a mistake there by Reuter. And Yanni was in there. Well, that was a bad mistake by the right side of the German defence, and in the end they had to thank Sammer. The cross came in, Schuka was behind him.
But if you'd have bet one person in the world to produce a left-footed ball, you'd have had Yanni there.
Absolutely. Stimac.
I think that's a hell of a letter for the Germans, that.
Here comes Reuter again. Klinsmann outside him. Klinsmann, there's going to be a yellow card for him now. But he's also not already on a yellow card, so he needs to watch his step, but he's not barred from Wednesday's game.
I have to say, that's a strange one for Klinsmann. I mean, whether that's, I mean, that's a vicious one. I know it is.
Really
I mean, that's a sending off one, that. Now, why he would do that, heaven only knows. Now, we know all about his diving activities in the past and things like that, but not that. You've never associated that with Jürgen Klinsmann, have you? So whether something's gone off the ball or something, I don't know. But that was sheer temper.
Well, it's a free kick for Croatia, having the better of these early exchanges. Aim towards Big Bilic, gets the header in, but the whistle had gone. And it'll be a free kick to Germany. Germans yet to concede a goal in this tournament. Chasing, but Stimac got there first.
That to me, Brian's been one of the biggest shocks of the tournament, that little incident we've just seen. I can't fathom that at all.
Oh, he's Mr. Diplomacy personified normally, Klinsmann, isn't he?
I think he's very, very lucky not to have walked for that.
Ziga to Sammer. Outs has pulled back as well. Very leisurely pace at the moment from both sides. Reuter into Andy Muller. Now to Scholl. Now to Ziga. It's been a play by the Germans, but the whistle had gone. Here we are again. That was a willful kick at an opponent.
Yeah, that's a sending off offence.
That is a sending off offence.
The only thing I can think of, that something has gone on 10 minutes before and 2 or 3 minutes before off the ball that we've not seen.
Even so, Ron.
There's no excuse for that. I would understand that. He's also put himself in an awkward situation as well.
Thomas Helmer has had some real problems with a swollen knee, but fortunately for the German defence, they've subsided enough for him to be able to play in this game. Babel, Reuter. Jurkan gets it back to his goalkeeper.
The only thing you can think of with Jurgen Klinsmann is whether he's that hyped up for this particular game that he's lost complete control of his senses.
Jurkan gets it clear. Blajovic couldn't get away from Sammer. Stamic. Boban, who casts a majestic figure through that midfield. And he was dealt with pretty severely there by Bobic.
I think this fella's one of the fellas, Boban, that's got to come to the game. He's one of those that has been a disappointment in the tournament. I mean, he's one we've seen so much of in Italy, and so many great games in European matches, and yet, for me, he's had about a half a game so far in the tournament.
He's got such a pedigree, though, hasn't he, as you say. Here's Bilic, the West Ham defender, with the free kick now. Yanni's gone right up in there for him. Yanni's made the run, in fact, and got the header in. Stamic trying to keep it going for Croatia. And Klinsmann eventually gets it away to Muller. And now to Bobic. Klinsmann's gone on. And Ziga ever ready to prepare to chase down this left-hand flank. Finds Scholl. Muller couldn't control it. Jurkan loses it. Muller gets it back. Plays it for Stefan Reuter. And a free kick to the Germans.
I think in the first game, when there's a bit going off the ball now with Stimic and Klinsmann.
Yes, there is. Ziga. Lovely little effort made in there, and in fact came off the Croatian defender, not regarded as a back pass. Jurkan.
That is a very, very strong unit that they've got at the back, Croatia. Look as if they've played together a long time, Bilic, Jurkan and Stimic. And they've been, to me, they've been the most impressive part of their team. It was noticeable when they didn't play against Portugal that they looked a little bit amiss.
Yes. Here's Boban. Jurkan. Bilic to his keeper. Tries to get it forward to Blajovic. And also to Jurkovic, but instead it's Andy Muller, quickly challenged, and the whistle has gone. The Germans wanted the advantage to be played, and it looked as though there could have been an advantage to them as Andy Muller was brought down here. They get a free kick.
If anything, it is a bad foul for them. It was a strong challenge on Moller, but Moller had actually managed to get the ball into a progressive position. It looked very much as if the Germans could have taken advantage of that.
Scholl and Muller behind it. Andy Muller driving it straight at goalkeeper Ladic. Just 2 men in the wall. Keeper saw it all the way.
Just thinking, he took the right time to walk off the end of the wall, didn't he?
All back to Kopke. Oh, actually, Zama put him in a little bit of trouble there. Ziga. Given away again. The Germans are really giving it away. A chance in now for Blajovic. Oh, a glorious opportunity thrown away there. Again, very uncharacteristic defending by the Germans.
Well, Babel's looking for an offside on here. He thinks he's offside. He's not, but that's they won't get a better chance than that. And Blajovic, we saw finish so well against Turkey, but he can't believe how much time he's got to really get behind that and stand one over the keeper. I think you're right. It's a very, very indifferent start from Germany.
Boban, Jurkovic, but here they come again. Their spirit is always unquenchable, it seems, in footballing terms, the Germans. Bilic. Ziga. Leading again for Bobic, offside. Quite a nice little knot of Croatians, very colourfully dressed there, painted on behind Ladic's goal. Boban caught out there by Klinsmann. He wanted far too much time. Muller bringing a Scholl into it. Slight character, no foul. And away comes Croatia again. Jurkovic finding Stamic. Ricochet going off to Boban, and it comes to Muller offside. Against probably Bobic and Scholl.
They do that very well, the three at the back. That's organisation, that's know-how, that's playing alongside each other. They press the ball very high, but they also press it very dangerously. And I think if they try that once or twice more, I think you'll find that the Germans will just hold the run a little bit, and somebody like Andreas Moller or on this side Ziga will come through with a late run. They do it well, but I think it's a very, very dangerous tactic, particularly when you leave space down the side of your defence.
Good jump by Helmer. So valuable to them at the back. Making a move right across the back line. It's Battle. Now Klinsmann, very withdrawn out there on the right-hand side. Bobic, a poor ball by him. A poor first touch.
That's been their problem position, or Bertie Vogt's problem position, is who to partner Jurgen Klinsmann with.
Yes.
He's tried the lot, and I actually think this is the best pairing he's got. And yet even this it's not convincing. Or it certainly hasn't been on the evidence of what we've seen in previous games.
Ielts with a headbutt down, it's Blajovic. Yanni, stopped by Ielts, threading it through to Klinsmann. Klinsmann taken out there by Stamic, I think it was. Yes, Stamic. He's being called. He's also not on a yellow card, but he is now. The referee's weaving through a minefield here because there seems to be about at least a dozen of them on yellow cards, but as yet, none of the yellow cards he's given has been a suspension yet for the next game. Helmer's up for this one. Goal kick. It's a glorious afternoon afternoon here in Lancashire, and that is a wonderful sight. Over 50,000 capacity here. Get the shot from the blimp. And they've had good crowds up here at Old Trafford. Not one of the biggest today, I have to say, for this quarter-final. Breaks on again. Lajovic trying to find Chuka. Yanni, just a little touch by him, and here's Yanni again. Lajovic and Chuka are there. Miles gets it away. He gets it away to very good effect to Andreas Müller. Joined by Reuter, his Dortmund teammate. Miles, who started it all, but in danger of losing it. That's a free kick. Number of histrionics going on the field. It's Schuker who comes down here, but it's not easy for referees, I have to say, to decide.
No, it wasn't very helpful there, was it, the number 9? I mean, all right, he's got the free kick. Get on with it soon.
Aubin with the free kick. It's Sammer.
First time in the games that Sammer's made a forward run. First time he stepped out from behind the two defensive markers.
Yes, furthest forward now, up there with Bobic. And Sammer, here he is. He's done really well. And a penalty given. A penalty given. Jurkan, I think, possibly was the... Yes, Jurkan was the man they claimed handled there. That would be worth looking at again as the ball is played in.
It's a great run behind the defender, something he's strong at and defend. Jurkan does look as if he's made some sort of obvious put at it with his left hand, yes. Good spot from the referee. But once, ironically enough, Sammer's first forward run. And it's amazing how many times in the tournament that's happened. He's come forward and made things happen for them.
Well, he scored one tremendous goal against the Russians, wasn't it? With a terrific forward run. But now the eyes are on Drazen Lanic in the Croatian goal, and Jürgen Klinsmann already with 2 goals to his credit against the Russians. Vital spot kick here for Jürgen Klinsmann. It's 1-0 to Germany. So Jürgen's handball heavily punished. And Germany go 1-0 ahead. And one step nearer another meeting with England at Wembley on Wednesday. Excellent penalty.
Very cool tuck, isn't it? I wondered whether his nerve might be good, because just prior to he was playing in a match just before the tournament started, wasn't he? And missed the penalty. But I think you'd have to ask, what was Jurkan doing there?
Now let's see what they can do. Jurkovic making the break. Ziga getting it away.
And completely, for me, against the run of play, that goal.
Yes. They got a corner. Boban will take it. And he's played it short for Azamovic. Crossed in and knocked over by Bilic.
Sammer's run again.
This is a handball again, yes.
I mean, that's like a school kid doing it, isn't it? I mean, really, Sammer had still got so much to do. He got around him and then produced something.
Stimac. Jurkan playing it across for Stimac. Down for Yanni. See plenty of good runs down that left flank from Yanni today. I would think he's hurled a good ball in there. And the German defence leaving it to each other, and for a moment it looked possible that Schuker might get in. convincing at the back so far today. There's no doubt about that, the Germans. There's Boban. The Croats by no means out of this one. Here's Yanni again. This will come for Sammer. Now for Helmer. Shoulder Ziege. Lazy left foot there. It came off Jurkan. Not sure whether he's given a free kick. Yes, he's given a free kick to Croatia. In quickly again, and trying to get up there ahead for Schuka to make a little run in behind the defence. Up goes Boban. Bilic. Stimac. Damid Klinsmann, you're thinking he might be turning it back towards the goalkeeper. Finds Vlahovic, who's been very busy but has missed probably the best chance yet. Germany leading 1-0 with Klinsmann's penalty. Yanni. He's a terrific player. Now Azamovic. Yanni, the left back here in the right back position, but it just outrun him into a touch, or rather behind for the goal kick. Just thinking the quality, actually, the German players down here. I think it might be Sammer. Yes, it's Sammer. Banged into the advertising boarding as Yanni made this run. Got it back again from Azamovic. And then Sammer into the advertising boards. It's Reuter now on the far. Sammer's okay. Trying to attract the referee's attention now to get back on. Reuter. Getting it clear, still Sammer can't get on. Yeah, no, he is. I was just looking at Yanni there, thinking what a couple of great left backs we got here, Ziege and Yanni. And in fact, in the tournament as a whole, there have been some excellent left back performances. Sergi yesterday, and to say nothing of our own Stuart Pearce. I mean, the bravery that he summoned up yesterday for that important penalty kick.
Oh yeah, I think he's had an excellent tournament. I thought Sergi, he got booed virtually the whole of the second half, but he's played well. The two here that you mentioned. Oh, he slipped in.
A slip now, and the shot from Schuka into the arms of Kopka. Pitch was heavily watered actually about an hour before the game. Maybe that's contributed
one of Schuka's strengths, you know. He plays a bit like Ian Rush used to.
But Stamic battling away here and then just running out of pitch.
He plays a bit like Rush used to do, where he plays right against the last man and pulls on either shoulder. He's very often effective. You were just talking about Yanni, you know. He's very often effective pulling against the left side defender, and Yanni angling big left-footed balls across the pitch to him. I think they'd be better equipped as well if Vlahovic pushed up alongside him more, because he's very, very quick. He's like lightning, and you just wonder, he's dropped into a little midfield position, whether he'd be better pushed against the defender as well.
Well, it was Vlahovic who won that ball there, but it's Germany who come away with it. Helmer. Trying to get it forward to Bobic. A throw to Germany. Ziege will take it. Goes for Bayern Munich. Came off Bobic, but there was a shove in the back by Bilic on Bobic. And it's a throw to, or rather a free kick to the Germans. Christian Ziege. Bayern Munich will take it. range of Croatian defenders waiting to get that one away. Babel to Muller. Now to Scholl. Muller. Lajovic. Tumble there, this time Reuter and Yanni.
I'm pretty sure, as you're saying there, Brian, I'm pretty sure if Vlahovic pushed into more of a supporting role with Suka, he wouldn't have been giving them some problems. Because the German defensive unit doesn't seem anywhere near as good as it normally is.
Kept in nicely there by Ziga. Bobic waiting in the middle. And Ziga's offside.
Oh, it's marginal again, though, wasn't it? I mean, they play it well because they're experienced, but they play it dangerous.
Klinsmann's hobbled off. There's the offside against Ziga. Yeah, no doubt. In the meantime, Shuka is there. Vlahovic. Oh, that first touch wasn't a good one. But suddenly, I'll tell you what, there are openings for the Croatian.
Whether it's something to do with Helmer's injury or what, I don't know whether he's uncomfortable, but...
Here's Boban. Long-range shot over Popka's crossbar.
Apart from his goal, that's against Denmark, that's the best bit of football I've seen him produce in the tournament, Boban. That's what he's good at, engaging people in the high half of the field, taking them on and getting production. I mean, that was super football. But the Croats seem to get chances out of nothing, really. I mean, any ball that's gone forward, the Germans, for whatever reason, seem to have problems with it. I mean, they've had three good chances now, and none of them have been a result of, shall we say, good play, good interpassing or a clever ball or anything.
Bilic, Zamovic. Let me just bring you up to date. Klinsmann is still down, lying face down on the touchline, being treated by three. He's just about to get up. In the meantime, Stimac to Yanni, who's well forward again, crossing it in. Sama gets it away to Muller. And he's downed, but no foul. He thought there should have been. Jerkovic. Bilic. In for Boban. Oh, that's a nice little ball, nicely weighted, but offside flag is up. Get after that, Boban said, and he just nicked it through there, but Samovic was just that fraction offside. Jerkovic. Yeah. And Klinsmann still in a bit of trouble at the back of the right leg. Bertie Vogts. I mean, his strike force doesn't look that impressive as it is. Well, find somebody to actually combine well with Klinsmann. If Klinsmann is not there, goodness knows what he does. Well, Klinsmann wants to come back anyhow. Oh, goodness. Muller and Azamovic having a good old scuffle as they run down the touchline there. It's not an easy match for the Swedish referee, that's for sure. I'm just thinking something's got to be careful here, or this is all going to go off. Yep. Bilic with the free kick. Ball there. Instantly reminded, of course, that the Germans won their opening game against the Czechs 2-0 without Jürgen Klinsmann, who was suspended. You know, I don't believe that. That's Yanni's been there 4 times in the course of the game.
and he can cross them for fun. He is a brilliant knocker of a ball in those wide areas. He hasn't produced a ball yet. I mean, he had a great opportunity early doors, didn't he, when the goalkeeper made a wreck and let him in, and he only had to stand one to the second post, and Schuker would have been all on his own, and he hasn't produced a ball. That's amazing to me.
10 minutes to go to half-time. Germany still leading if you just joined us. 1-0 with a penalty by Klinsmann. But here's Schuker. Now what can he produce? Oh, he's cut inside. Oh my goodness, how can that not be a foul? Referee has waved play on. There have been some extraordinary decisions.
And that is one. That's a penalty. That for me is a penalty.
Bobic.
I mean, at the very worst, Brian, it's an indirect free kick.
Well, at the very worst, indirect, yes. Well, he's given a free kick there, though.
I mean, the defender, Helmer must know that Schuker wants to come back on his left foot.
There we are. Schuker.
That's an out-and-out penalty. I mean, it's an obstruction, but he's blocked him deliberately. Look, he knows he's going past him, and he's blocked him off. That's a penalty.
Samovic, Boban. Oh, suddenly Klinsmann might be in the clear. Supported by Muller. And Scholl is in there too. But look at Stimac. Taking control. Not much space down there for Stimac. Wow, the crowd loved that. That was glorious. That was wonderful.
Brilliant.
I mean, got Stimac. They'll love that at the baseball ground. Down goes Sama. It's a free kick, the foul by Vlahovic.
I'm not sure in the closing stages of a game Jim Smith will be so happy with that if they're leading. But I mean, that's brilliant.
That was
somebody in a major tournament like that can do something that audacious.
There we go. Let's have another look, because this is lovely. Now, how's he going to get out of that? I'll tell you how he's going to get out of it. Right foot on the ball. There you go. Up and over.
Brilliant. Mind you, Jurkovic didn't appreciate it too much. He's still got plenty of hard work to do on that.
Right, a free kick to the Germans. Well, in the meantime, Schuker. Dangerous thing to do. He's done it, and he's got away with it. Muller's free kick. Filled in towards Bobic. Pagliani with time to get that left foot operating. Gets it down as far as Sama. So far, not the most impressive German performance.
No, it's been very poor. Been very, very poor. They haven't looked to have played well in any particular part of the side. I mean, the only thing you can say is it that German thing, that stickability, if you like.
That's right.
Where they somehow managed to get a result when they're not playing well.
I think he might be coming off, you know, Klinsmann. In the meantime, Scholl for Germany. Klinsmann's up there. He's not running.
He's not running
freely, is he?
No.
And Bilic comfortably with the header away as far as Stefan Reuter. Sama's made another of those little dashes through, and they can cause such havoc as we've seen already. Klinsmann going for this one, but he's batted away for it by Jurkovic. Down the line now for Schuker.
I think Bertie Vogts has got to bring him off. He's limping very, very badly, Klinsmann, and of course if they manage to see this one through, and with the luck they're having at the moment, you wouldn't bet against it. You'll need him for the semis.
Reuter. Scholl over on the far side. Played long towards Reuter. Being watched by Stimac. It's a throw to Germany. Don't do that. Don't stop trying to touch officials like that. I think they felt that it was very strongly a throw to the Croats. he's given a free kick. Germany still haven't made a substitution yet. Helmer's up there, Babel's up there, number 14. Important that they defend well from here, Croatia. Curled in, and it's a good one, knocked away though. Sam will pick up this loose ball. Leading again for Helmer, crossed beautifully by him. Yanni couldn't get a touch to it. It's knocked back in again by Klinsmann and over the top by Bobic. Klinsmann is really struggling, but still got in a decisive little half cross there. The ball played in here for Helmer to cross it.
I'm just wondering what Andre Muller's thinking here. I think he thought he was coming onto that. Oh no, he'd have had a problem. When Bobic overhead kicked it. Yes.
So Muller is going to take the armband. Klinsmann's coming on. And Stefan Freund, number 4, comes on.
Substitution for Germany, replacing number 18, Jürgen Klinsmann, as number 4, Stefan Freund.
Auswechslung bei der deutschen Mannschaft für den 18 Jürgen Klinsmann kommt die Nummer 4 Stefan Freund.
Bobic goes into touch. It's a throw though. Stanic thought again that was a throw for Croatia. So they put Scholl up front with Bobic.
He's played a bit up there, hasn't he? Scholl, I think he's played in some of the earlier games, the qualifying games, played as a front player.
So Klinsmann goes up to start, which you can be sure will be some pretty intensive treatment that'll carry on between now and Wednesday night. That's if they qualify to play England on Wednesday night. Iltz. Samovic. Falls now for Ziga. Iltz. Little run here by Scholl. Stimic. Letting go into touch for the throw to Croatia.
Tell you what though, Brian, if you're one of the Croat players now thinking that everything is going against you, and it has done, every break has gone against them so far, and then all of a sudden see Jürgen Klinsmann coming off, that might just give you the lift you need.
Indeed. It's Muller. Thought Fernandes going to try a long-range shot. He thought so as well. Reuter with the cross. It's not a bad one either. Bilic putting it behind for the corner. Coming towards the last 2 minutes now of the first half. 5 minutes. No, it's nearly another 4 minutes to go. Stop watching to the repairers, I think. Here comes the corner. Ooh, Bobic nearly got a touch on that one. And Yanni in the end sticks out that left foot of his and gets Stamic on his way. Stopped by Sammer, supported by Muller. Back it goes to Andreas Kopke. Helmer. Muller. Reuter on the far side. Not playing well, the Germans, but they're a goal up, and they do, over the years, have this incredible ability on a football field just to hang on in there. Sammer. Klinsmann now, off injured. 3 minutes to go to half-time. Reuter. Someone in the crowd has got a whistle. He stopped for a half second there. Not Muller though. Muller crossing it in. And a real big collision there as two Germans, and Bilic went for it. Bilic really angry. Oh, I tell you what, somebody was, I don't know whether somebody was kicking or not there, but there's some real ill feeling there out there on that pitch this afternoon. We saw that quite early on. This is the cross coming in, and I don't know whether there was some kicking that went in there, but certainly there were bodies flying around. The whistle had gone.
Certainly Bilic has had a kick at somebody on when they've been laid down, but it looked like one of those retaliatory kicks, if you like. I mean, Mario Stanic was the one that stood strong on the initial cross.
Well, this is the yeah. I mean, there was certainly somebody, Bilic
has kicked him virtually in the face as he's laid down. Whatever else, no matter how determined you are, that's another walking offence for me.
Yeah.
I mean, we've defended players getting booked unnecessarily over little silly things. But I mean,
that looked like a kick from where we were. We know that Klinsmann was a kick early on.
Yep.
Neither of them got any punishment at all. So Freddie Bobic.
It went down with an ankle injury, and now is now finished up with a head injury by the look of it.
But it could be that Germany lose both their main strikers within a 5-minute period.
You also get the feeling if Croatia concentrated on the game completely, they would have a very good chance of pulling this out the fire, I think.
I fancy them very strongly as it is, I must say.
Yeah, Germany look ill at sorts, don't they?
Jerkovic making life difficult for Kopka. Jerkin with the clearance. Bilic. Bobic is ready to come back on. Germany back at full strength again as Jani takes it up the left-hand side for Croatia. Will it come through to Suka? It will, but he didn't really get a firm hold on that one. Wasn't difficult for Kopka in the German goal. Jani's cross. Back there to the goalkeeper. If you missed the story right at the start of the programme, the German goalkeeper signed today for Bobby Robson's Barcelona. Didn't really get a hold of it. Blajovic didn't either. Babel having a battle. Freund's coming back with some more. So too is Blajovic. The referee allowing it to go. Jani's sweeping it wide now for Shuka. Blajovic is in the middle. Boban's in the middle. They need a cross. They need a good cross here. And in the end, Shuka provides it for Boban. It was a good cross, and Boban didn't make the most of it. And it's a goal kick for Germany.
Just came over a little bit spongy and a little bit behind him, didn't he? He's twisted and turned here. Turned Samar inside out. He's got a right footy cross. It's a little bit behind Boban, that actually, and a little bit, as I say, a little bit spongy, the cross. But he had a spell where he's done 3 or 4 things, Boban, that's as good as anything I've seen him do in the tournament. And I think there's a big responsibility on him now. I think he could actually, if he took the game by the scruff of the neck, could take Croatia through.
Freund. To Reiter, to Muller. Throw to Germany. Boban coming for this one. Jerkovic getting it away, up to Shuka. Blajovic. As the half-time whistle. Well, Jürgen Klinsmann's off the field injured, but it's his penalty goal that separates the two sides. Germany 1, Croatia 0 is the half-time score in this quarter-final here at Old Trafford. A complete makeshift attack now they've got with both Klinsmann and Bobic off. Made of Kunz and Scholl. Germany leading 1-0, remember. But of course there will be a positive result here by the end of the day. To do it by extra time, golden goal, or by penalties. But it's 1-0 for the Germans at the moment. Blajovic has taken an early tumble. chapter up there. Let's talk to you in a moment, Ron, about Klinsmann's. They say it's a calf strain. Just how much that means. You're an experienced manager. You know a calf strain, how long that takes to put right. Shot on the turn there. Jerkovic, I think it was. Schuka was in there too. See, it was Jerkovic, but it really wasn't a great problem for Kopka. And clearance goes right to the other end of the field. It was Schuka, in fact. Muller, German player, is down, and an obstruction there by Jurkan, but the referee says play on. But, there's still one down, and it might be Freund. No, he's taken a smack on the head. The referee quite right in stopping the game fairly quickly so that he can get treatment to him. It's really one chapter of accidents for the Germans so far this afternoon in this quarter-final. Tell me about calf strains. They're usually fairly... Oh, let's have a look at this. It's his Freund who's fallen badly.
That's just a challenge in the air.
Yeah.
I mean, just about 3 seconds later on, Muller picked up the ball and ran at the defence, which is possibly the first time he's done it this afternoon.
And Jurkan got in his way.
Jurkan blocked him off. No decision. All right, it's all got lost in the injury situation, and I tell you, it's one of the messiest matches I've seen in the tournament.
Yeah.
Getting back to Klinsmann, it depends. It depends.
Yeah, that's what you were talking about.
Yes. I mean, he was actually running at them, as I say, for the first time, because he hasn't done much of that today, Andreas Muller. Klinsmann, if they've caught it early enough, and they may just say, look, we're winning 1-0, we'll take a calculated risk on going through it. Let's have you pack it with ice and whatever. But if it's a complete nick, then he'll have it all on to play. You know, he'll be on loads of anti-inflammatory tablets and whatever until the semi-final. But it won't be pleasant for him, that's for sure.
Freund's off the field. The Germans down to 10, but leading 1-0. Here's Osamovic, soon to join Derby County. Stimac, who's already there. To Vjovic. Lajovic now. Trying to get it into the path of Jerkovic. Boban. Yanni couldn't keep it in play. I guess if it goes on like this with still the one goal in it, I would have thought the Croats would be very tempted to bring either Prosinecki or certainly Boxic on. There was an elbow there as Muller jumped in the air with Stimac.
You just wonder how Boxic might be. We took a very nasty bang, didn't he, and split his eye.
That's right.
I wonder whether they might do little thing, switch Jerkovic to an orthodox right wing back and put Stanic into an advanced position. I mean, he's got a goals record in Belgium.
Freund going through, but Mladic there. Now Yanni. This is a real niggly game, this, though, isn't it? It's in a way the most unpleasant game that we've had, I think, in this tournament so far. Whoop. Oh, goodness, that was a challenge and a half from Reuter. Just as well he didn't make a contact there. Here we go again. Wow, he did.
That's a booking.
Yeah, of course it is.
Honestly, I mean, the refs got all mixed up with the game now. It's been a very difficult game for him. Certainly the players haven't helped by their attitudes.
Correct.
There's been all sorts of niggling and stupid things going on by players, by senior players. You know, it's all started with Klinsmann when he had a rattle at somebody from behind. We've seen that incident in the village. We've seen Reuter there, who's incidentally got a card. I mean, that should really, if they can get through, that should have been putting him out of the semi-final.
Boban's header. Here's Reuter. A bit long. Bilic was a little slow reacting there. I think he thought that Mladic was coming for it, but didn't. But now Mladic just plays the ball with his feet. And here come Croatia again. Boban. Now, if he's got a contribution to make, he should make it now. He's a real, as I say, majestic midfield player. Ron's quite right. He hasn't shown anything like his best form, his Milan form. The stage really is here for him. The Germans a little bit disorganised and a bit distressed, not at full strength.
Beatable, Brian. Beatable at the moment, I think, the
yes.
Germans.
Samovic, Lajovic, here's Boban. No, it didn't quite come through into him. Freund instead now. for the Germans. Stimac holding his shoulder too. Freund being forced back. A chance here now for Schuka. It's 1-1. The first goal the Germans have conceded in this tournament, and a complete mess they made of it in defence, and you can't mess about with Schuka. 1-1.
Brian, this is the incredible thing. Okay, Jurkovic pressurises Freund and wins the ball. That's full marks. Watch this little bit of a roll. Watch him roll his foot here. That's a little bit of Ferenc Puskas, isn't it? Oh, that is absolute sublime skill. Watch it.
Yeah, look at this again.
He's in a quarter-final of a major tournament.
Oh. Well, we said for most of the first half it was up for grabs for them, and they've really taken it now by the throat. And this will be a tremendous quarter-final now, where Germany have really got to dig deep into all their reservoirs of courage and stickability.
And they've lost their most penetrating front people as well.
And they're all over the place at the back.
As I said, I've had this sneaking feeling for a while in the game that it's there to be won for Croatia. I think they can only lose it themselves. I think if they want to win the game now, they will never have a better chance. If they step it and drive and don't just sit back and say, all right, we'll play chess if you like, but go for the throats, I think they'll win it.
Oh, there's some good stuff here, though. And Stefan Kuntz getting it well wide, but it was a good break by him.
I also think they're missing little Thomas Hessler far more than they've said.
Well, he's on the subs bench and he's available to come on if they want him, but I suppose the Croats can respond. Here's this wonderful bit there.
That's lovely, isn't it? Isn't that lovely?
Reuter, banging it high. Jurkan underneath it. Bought himself a bit of time. Bilic coming in and then gives the ball straight away to Scholl. Jan is in there. They quicken their pace a little bit now. They sense that something had happened that's really big for them today now, the Croats. A little touch by him, that was nice. Good touch there, but not such a good one, but it falls nonetheless for Azamovic. Oh, that's given away. Stimac. Azamovic. Jurkovic. Schuka. Azamovic. Schuka's made a little dash into the box. Lajovic is in there too. They've pulled it back patiently now to Stimac. Now to Jurkan. Lajovic. Pulled by Stimac. Reuter offside against Stefan Kuntz.
He's saying that he made a spin run that has taken him onside.
No,
that's a move that he incorporates a lot, you know, the little ball down the side. But they haven't played it very much today at all.
Schuka battling. Croats. Yanni with it. Stimac. Stimac has really injured that left arm of his, you know. He's holding it by his side. I think he's done some damage there, but he doesn't want to come off. And now Kuntz on a good break. This is a terrific break. Scholl is up there as well. But my goodness, how Stimac got back there. Good break by the Germans. Some fantastic policing, though, by Mario Stanic. Number 13, there he is. He got back so quickly.
Yeah, he tracked back. He may even have bundled Struntz over at the end, but I just wonder, Kuntz over at the end. I just wonder now that whether they haven't got a great deal of pace up front, really, have they, the Germans, to go from a distance.
Reuter. Sammer.
I mean, if the pace is going to come from anywhere, it's going to come from the left-sided defender, Ziege. Or Moller.
That's got to be a foul. He's allowed play to go on there. I mean, unless he's going to come back and do something about... yes, he's got to. Stimac.
Well, he's going, isn't he, Brian?
He's got a yellow card already. He's got to go off. So that's a blow for the Croatian side. But he had to go. He got a yellow card early on in the game. And that was a silly challenge. I think he's injured his arm incidentally as well.
Yeah,
but
actually the strange thing for me, Brian, it wasn't one of the violent challenges.
No.
I think he just arrived late as the boy popped it off. When you see what has gone on before, like people kicking people in the head and something, then I think he could consider himself unlucky.
Now where do we stand? 1-1 with the Croats threatening to get on top, and now they're down to 10 men. It's just one other piece of drama unfolding here at Old Trafford. Reuter.
It's incredible, really. It's just at a stage when you thought the Germans are really, really up against it. Here goes Sammer again on a forward run. Just when you thought they're really up against it, when, you know, are they going to go out the tournament? Something always seems to happen for them, doesn't it?
Well, the team manager Blažević must have been very disappointed with that tackle by Stimac. The Germans, and Sammer's in there. Well, whatever you say, they do come fighting back time and time again. The Croats are furious with the referee about something there, but he registers his second goal of the tournament and a vital second one of the game. He makes his run from the back, and Sammer.
I think that's what they're arguing about. Babel, they thought was physical. I mean, Sammer's gone in strong and tucked it away. But when you think of it, the right-sided centre-back crossing the ball for the other central defender to score. But I think that's what they're complaining against, Babel being strong there. I mean, there's no complaints at all about Sammer.
None at all.
Every time he steps forward, something seems to happen.
Well, when he stepped forward early on, he got them to concede a penalty, which Klinsmann converted. And now he's put Germany 2-1 ahead. Just when it looked the tide of the battle was going to sweep against them, with Croatia in such a good position after Šuker had equalised. But now Jani. Zamovic. Krilic. Finding Jani again. Being faced by Reuter. Will take him on. Now he sweeps one in there. And Sammer. Well, Iltz gets it away. Vlahovic. Samovic. This is a good break by Samovic. And Vlahovic is through there, held at bay successfully in the end by Stefan Freund.
Oh, if he's controlled, I know he's under a lot of pressure, Vlahovic, but that's twice. The first occasion was much simpler than that. But if he'd have managed to control that with a bit of instant touch, he'd have been in for another good opportunity. Just hasn't happened for Vlahovic today, and yet on other occasions he's looked a smashing player for Croatia.
Moller. Oh, Is that given away? No. Yanni just got there, and he felt also that Scholl had a little nibble at him as he went by. Samovic hit long towards Shuka. He's got Vlahovic in there as well. But Samo was in there as Vlahovic waited for it to drop.
Funny unusual for a continental referee to let somebody get the feet up that high and not give a decision.
Samovic now for Croatia. Thought Shuka, yes, he looked offside.
But that's where he operates an awful lot from. He just pulls on that left-hand defender and has little angle balls played in there. This is where I think they're arguing about. They think he's just gone physical with Jerkin.
And pushed him over. But look at Sama getting in there.
Sama's done well, he's been strong. He's had a little bit of luck with the rebound header.
Back by Vlahovic. Sama. Babel. Oh, it falls now for Vlahovic again. Shuka's in the middle. Jerkovic gone away down the side there, but once again that man Sama.
But they saw Vlahovic's nerve had gone. He's got enough pace to have ripped clear of the defence there, and he waited there for Gianni to support.
Jerkovic towards Shuka on the far side. There's his header, straight at the keeper. And the throw out to Muller. Muller gets shoved in the back there by Stanic.
And I got a feeling the referee's book must be full. But what a good opportunity that was.
He hasn't given him a yellow card. He was on a yellow card already from a previous game. Just a free kick.
That looks a flaw in Shuka's game, by the way, his head work.
Yes.
He missed a couple of great chances against the Turkish team.
Yes.
And that he should have done better there.
Here he is again. Shuka. Oh, the ball's come through to Vlahovic. But he's up there on his own. And he gets a corner. Boban had struggled manfully to get roughly in that direction to support Vlahovic. Shuka was away back. But Boban's going to take the corner. Jerkovic's gone up for it. Jurkan has gone up for it. No, Jurkan staying back. Stanic, as you can see, is there. Bilic is there. And Sama gets it away. Jurkan. Up to Shuka. And will he turn? Some dummies going on there. Not one of them was bought, and Vlahovic in the end puts it behind for the goal kick. 2-1 to Germany. 64 minutes gone. $43,000 here at Old Trafford this afternoon to see which of these two sides will face England at Wembley on Wednesday in the semi-final. Boban giving it away. Germany leading 2-1. Ziga. Goal kick.
And I think that's a mark of how well Mario Stanic, the number 13 of Croatia's done. Oh no, he's having a kick at Ziga now.
And right in front of the linesman, what's more. I mean, the referee could justifiably could say, I didn't see that. His head was turned the other way, but that was directly in front of the linesman.
I mean, that is absolutely balmy, isn't it? He's having...
And in fact, Stanic is saying to the linesman, you saw that.
Yes.
Yes, you see the fun of games going on there. Has a little dig back at him.
Yeah. Balmy in view of what's going on, hasn't it?
It is. Except that they probably feel now, with these officials, they can get away with a few things. Well, here comes Germany again. Right up. Kuntz is in the middle. Look at Sammer up here again. Played inside. The flag has gone up for an offside against Stefan Kuntz. Free kick to Croatia.
There's Sammer again, just stepped into midfield, played. He is a central midfield player in the back. Little ball between people, but it's an obvious offside.
24 minutes left. Sanovic. Trying to play Jürgen down that left, Yanni down that left-hand side. And it's a good ball played again. And once again, Schuka's there. That was a much better header. But equally, it was an excellent piece of goalkeeping by Kopka.
Oh, it's a tremendous piece of football down this left-hand side. And that's how Yanni crosses and gets the big, ugly whip on it. And as I say, what is incredible is the number of times Schuka gets freedom in the box.
Exactly. And often at the far post there, and he's yet to put one in from there. Scholl.
I mean, for the latter part of the game, Sammer, as we see now, seems to have gone into a more central midfield player role anyway. And Isles seems to be playing at the back. Whether they think his extra height will do them, that's a foul.
That's a free kick.
Whether they think Isles is extra.
It's goal kick. He hasn't given a free kick.
I've got to be honest, I think the refereeing's been decent all through the tournament, but for whatever reason, I think this lad's lost it. But it hasn't been an easy game for him either. I think the players haven't helped one iota.
It's back with Mladic. Croat goal. Long towards Vlahovic. Sammer.
Quick
Yanni.
recap there, Brian. Can you think of any chances that Germany have missed?
No.
And yet you could probably count 4 or 5 very, very good ones, couldn't you? That Croatia have had,
Exactly.
even 2 or 3 since they've gone 2-1 down.
Schuka's had 6 shots on target. 1 goal. Well, behind this ball, we have Samovic and we have Yanni. Samovic, Stamic on the far side. Goal.
I think if you've got a 20-goal a season man in one of the top leagues in Europe and you're losing in a game like this, it might not be a bad idea for Blažević to throw him on up front.
You're talking about Stanic?
Yes. Let him reinforce at the front too.
There was 20 goals in the Belgian league last season for Bruges. Here's Vlahovic. So it's Ziga. And the chase is on, and it's an offside flag up against young Mehmet Scholl. Bertie Vogt on the touchline here now. What a burden he carries. All his predecessors, as we've said before, have won either the European Championship or the World Cup. So far in his tenure, he's won nothing. And for a little spell this afternoon, you wondered if they were going to get through to the semi-final, and it's still by no means sure, but they're leading Croatia 2-1.
I think Croatia will make at least one more good chance. It's whether they take that chance.
It's Bilic. Down for Jurkovic. I wonder if they might throw either Boksic or Kozanetsky on. Just famous face, fresh legs.
Yeah, the only thing Prosinecki, he's been
Slightly disappointing, hasn't
similar
he?
to Boban.
Yeah.
And I think they were starting with Boksic if they'd have felt he was up to it.
Azamovic with the corner then for Croatia. Jurken's come forward for this, the big number 5. And it wasn't a very good one, easy for Sammer to clear. As far as Yanni. Spreading it out, but there's Muller. Flag is up for an offside. It's a free kick to Germany. Sammer to Scholl. Sammer. Reuter. Received it from Freund. Scholl again. Stefan Freund. Gunter's in the middle. Goal kick.
I think one of the disappointments, and I'm a big German fan and have been since the start of the tournament, but one of the disappointments that I've seen in them today is, and it must be encouraging for England, you know, is whenever the Croats have stepped the tempo up and hustled and hunted a little bit, Harris to put some work into the Germans, I think the Germans have been found wanting.
Here's Isles. Played by Ziege. Heitz has gone forward. Sammer. Oh, he's not offside this time. It's Kuntz now. Muller's in the middle there. Oh, and Scholl had a goal glaring at him. Mind you, the ball was coming across a bit fiercely at him.
He's not offside. I think Gianni, well, it doesn't show it in the pic. Gianni was actually playing them on here. And that was the sort of pass across that I expected Gianni to have produced early on in the game. May have done better if he'd have tried for a side footer there. Came on to him fast, but an excellent chance.
Scholl to Muller. Mehmet Scholl now to Ziege. Ziege picking out Sammer, taking up all the unlikely places. He's playing by far Germany's best player, so influential.
Yeah, but I think he's been given that license now. They're playing against 10 men, and Isles playing at the back.
That's right, Sammer. Here's Muller. Trying to get it wide again for Ziege. But well beaten that time by Stanic. Played it inside now for Vlahovic. Boban keeping it going, but I doubt Stanic will get to that one. Helmer. Playing it to Freund, and now to Sammer, well forward again. I think Freund took something as a Croatian player went by. But he's up again. And now Boban's writhing about on the ground. Sammer. Muller. Kicks the ball into touch. So that Azamovic could get some treatment. Well, he doesn't need it. I think the referees had a poor afternoon. We're all entitled to those, but to be fair, the players, as you say, some of their behaviour, I think, has been appalling.
I think if you're refereeing at this level and you start off after 10 minutes and see Jürgen Klinsmann absolutely whack somebody, you think, hang on, what have I let myself in for here?
That's right. Whoops. It's a free kick. It's almost as though the referee said, "Oh well, get on with it. If you want to kick lumps out of each other, you do it."
Let's leave enough for the semi-final, whichever team gets through.
Salah. Freund. Cut out by Bilic. Azamovic. Bilic again. Sammer. It's a fairly shapeless old game at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, what's happening now is the Germans are allowed to dictate the tempo, probably for the first time in the game.
Muller finds Sammer. Sammer to Reuter. Quarter of an hour left. Back to Kopka.
And if they do go through, which it looks as if they probably would do by now, I think the thing that's kept the Germans in it more than anything else has been their system. you know, if you like, the thing that's been ingrained into them over the years, because from a performance point of view, there have been very few good German performances.
Tadic, his nerve held. Muller came back at him, but not quite quickly enough.
I actually think, when you say his nerve, I actually think their goalkeeper, Ladic, has had a second half. I think he looks as if the game's got to him at once or twice.
Bilic, Freud, Scholl, Muller, Ziga. Germans going forward with a bit more pace now. Scholl, Sammer's right up there as well. Muller, and now Ziga. Kuntz still waiting in the middle. So Mladenovich is coming on for Croatia.
Well, whether they think Jurkovic or somebody like that's hard, because he'll go off.
That's a free kick given away by Bilic.
I mean, they maybe think somebody, as I say, like Jurkovic has run himself out in midfield.
So Mladenovic is on. I understand it's number 2 coming off, Jurkovic.
That'll just be a 1-for-1, that, Brian. They'll go in as a straight replacement for him.
Well, the substitution's not taking place yet. Scholl is crossing it in. Ball nodded out as far as Sammer. Cut out by Boban. Here's Asanovic. Down the line, battling away with Matthias Sammer, and a free kick given to Croatia. Now the substitution will be made, and indeed Jurkovic is coming off.
Now the substitution for Croatia, number 16, Mladenovic, replacing number 2, Jurkovic.
Mladenovic managed to take a defensive position. Free kick to Croatia, which Bilic will take. Asanovic. Nice control. Back to Bilic. Touched by Asanovic. Jani. Get it onto that left foot. Oh. Cut out by Sammer. Muller. To Ziga on the far side. Kuntz up ahead of him. Scholl inside. Oh, Ziga preparing to go all the way, but surrounded by Croat defenders. Kuntz. And in the end, a free kick. German fans behind the goal claiming that the Croat defender had handled the ball. Stanic. But I think the whistle had already gone by then. And it's a free kick to Croatia. 10 to go. 2-1 to Germany. Winners play England at Wembley, remember. Mladenovic. Asanovic. Mladenovic. Bilic to Jani. Boban's gone right forward now, Ron. Put Mladenovic into this position, into the Boban position. Here he is trying to get the ball through.
Yeah, he'll just anchor and he'll just try and keep some sort of supply going. Maybe just gamble on Boban getting one chance.
Here's Mladenovic again. Let's try down the left-hand side, they say. So here's Jani. He's got the ability to take on and beat Reuter. Shimmy Ziege sticks to the job and sticks to it well. And a foul by Jani, free kick. Still got another throw of the dice. He can still throw on Kotsik. Search for a goal.
What he will know is he will never in his career have had a better chance ever to beat Germany in a major tournament than they've had today.
And a lot can happen quickly, but they look as though they've lost heart a little bit now, the Croatians, do you think?
I think that's something that you always tended to level against Eastern Bloc countries now, because they're a new country, because they've got this pride, you know, and this togetherness that they say they've come over with. You would expect just a little bit more fire now over the last closing stages.
Reuter's got some problems as well. They've just been throwing some ice on the pitch for him to stuff down his right sock. It's Eilts. That was a good bit of covering there by Stanic. But at the same time, Ron, we mustn't underestimate the tremendous amount of pleasure they give the Croats have given to people here, but also you can imagine to their people back home. You know, they've had such difficult times there, and they've brought a little bit of glory and a little bit of happiness, I would have thought, to a lot of people in that part of the world, and good luck to them for that.
You would also think, Brian, that if they, whether it's just a little bit of lack of belief, they could well have possibly gone on and won the tournament.
That's right. Schuka's found Boban. They've certainly got the quality of players there. And it's a goal kick. Well, they've got about 7 minutes to put it right now.
Yeah, it looks as if little Thomas Hessler's having a good warm-up there, whether or not they're just going to slip him on for the last, to see the game through with his know-how.
Hessler. He's warming up. There's Kuntz.
But if you just protected it a little bit further ahead, Brian, and if the Germans are going to go through, which looks likely.
Ziege, let's just look at this cross first.
No, they're going to keep ball play on it. They're going to keep the ball in.
Here's Ziege's cross. Muller's header.
Would they frighten you to death as an Englishman, as a neutral Englishman, on Wednesday without Klinsmann in the side?
Well, I mean, I think the word you used a little earlier in this commentary, they have looked beatable today. Neatly playing it down here for Jani. Zamovic trying to peel away from Reuter, succeeds in doing so, gets a corner. Well, 5 minutes left. Can Croatia at least push this game into extra time? Bilic up from the back. Jurkan up from the back. Zamovic with the corner. Driven in low, straight to Muller, who leaves it now for Sammer. And then for Kuntz. Oh, and he couldn't really spot it. Mladenovic finding Boban. Boban with a good cross in. Knocked away by Babel. Still Croatia. Stanic this time with a cross. Oh, and Schuka's there. Schuka's still there, and it just wouldn't fall quickly enough for him. Zamovic, and the Germans get it clear again. Jani's cross, always a good one. Sammer chesting it down from the header. And Mladenovic. Goodness, there's a German there, crashed into the Ziege, who's a powerful man down that left-hand side. I don't know how much damage he'll have done to himself. but they are whipping round there, the German physios, to get some treatment to him. In the meantime, Azanovic takes it up for Croatia, 10 against 10 at the moment, and the Germans get it away and get it into touch, but Ziga's off the field, so the game will go on. Not so badly hurt that he can't stagger on and ask permission to come back on, just as that's how it happened. Just as the physio got round to him.
It could have been a very ugly one, though, couldn't it, the way he crashed him against the advertising boards. With a little help from Milanovic.
In the meantime, a free kick to Croatia, which Boban, now will he conjure up a spoonful of magic here? He wants the German wall of 5 back a yard or 2 more, to give him a little more purchase on whatever he might be thinking of. He'd be trying a long-range shot from here, he has, but he's hit it straight into the wall. It's bounced now for Stanic to get the cross in, but Sammer's out there holding it up once again. Sammer getting it forward. Muller, who always looks full of running, even at this late stage of the game. Scholl is up there, but can't see where it is. Now he can, had his back to it. Just nicks it back again. Oh. Free kick to Germany. As Stanic went flying into him. And Thomas Hessler's coming on. And I noticed Brian Robson and Ted Buxton, who's Terry Venables' right-hand man, just leaving now, casting their eye over England's opponents for Wednesday, as Mehmet Scholl comes off, and Thomas Hessler comes on. Scholl replaced Hessler. Certain amount of surprise at that. Done well enough, but now the old stager comes on for the last, what, 2 or 3 minutes of the game, just to steady things down to make sure that the Germans hold on to this 2-1 lead. It's Moller, tries to get it through to Hessler. Boban. Can the Croats yet find something here at Old Trafford? With Jurkan, the big defender. Stanic trying to get it forward and succeeds in doing so. But in the end, Ajax held him up, but it's a throw to Croatia. Minute and a half to go. Last time to be added on. Stanic to Boban. Knocked back again to Azamovic. Now Jurkan. Mladenovic. Jani. Played in towards the near post. The keeper got there a fraction before Schuka. Not much to spare. They'll be opponents in the Spanish League next year. Schuka will be playing for Real Madrid and Kopke for Barcelona.
And he was fully, that's great goalkeeping, Kopke, because that was a clever little ball and great little ball in from Gianni.
In the last minute, here's Gianni again, with that delicate left foot of his and the ability to get down the line. Here he goes. Oh, and he's done it this time as well, whipping the cross in, and it was Blajovic with a glancing header. It didn't come off a German, it'll be a goal kick.
Another great run. I tell you what, his spirit, Gianni's, has been phenomenal in the tournament. Just doesn't fall right for Blajovic. But it's incredible to say they've had 10 men, and it seems to have been all one way. It seems to have been all Croatia.
Bilic, time added on. Schuka chasing. Schuka might save it here, but he's put it wide. There were 2 German defenders on it, making it very, very difficult there for Schuka, but he just could not find the right angle.
How much would he have given for that to have been on his left side, though? But I tell you what, Alan Shearer will look at that and think, If he can get through in those situations, I'm sure I will.
So the questions coming out of this game, that's if Germany hold on here, is will their form improve on Wednesday night? Will Klinsmann be fit for Wednesday night? Will England make as many chances as the Croats have made? Goal kick by Yarni, up to Boban, Mladenovic, quickly challenged by Ajax. That was a good and an important challenge. He finds Muller. Seeger's up ahead of him too. Here's Hessler. Muller. It's been a niggly, untidy game, but it's certainly had its moments as well. Not be over yet as Croatia come forward again in numbers. The Germans are struggling to get back to. Sammer, little touch there for Ziege. Helmer up to Hessler. The Germans just trying to control the pace of it now. Goes behind for the throw. Bradley Vokes must feel that the Germans, in theory at any rate, 2 matches away now from the major prize, semi-final and the final. And indeed there goes the final whistle. It's 2-1 to Germany against Croatia. Klinsmann from the penalty spot, Schuker with the equaliser, and then Sammer with the winner for the Germans in the second half. 2-1, Germany go through to the semi-final to face England.